Maria, one of the things I always loved about search marketing is that it was essentially an early form of addressable advertising. It was digital and the person was in market at the time that they were searching, so it was really relevant. A lot of the digital delivery of video and other forms of content have the ability to be addressable to the individual on a mobile platform where only one person owns it, or a computer that's in a home and a household. Are ad agencies ready for advertising that's addressable, to move beyond just search and internet display advertising into broader forms of advertising being delivered to individuals?
I think it's a great question. This is an area that I particularly find fascinating because I think this is something that advertisers have been asking for and wanting to see come into the marketplace since the birth of digital. And it's been the promise of digital, being able to really find that exact target audience that you're looking for and be able to message to them. And I think where technology is going, not just from an internet standpoint, but across all the devices that are internet enabled or have a connection, when you can really find that target audience that you're looking for and be able to message to them, that's going to be the holy grail of marketing. Now, there's a lot of things that we have to work out from a privacy standpoint, and obviously we, like other companies, are approaching it in a very careful manner to make sure that we're privacy compliant and that we're making sure that we're very conscious to respect the consumer and what the consumer is receptive to. So I think over the next couple of years, it'll be really about finding out what are consumers receptive to, what type of targeting and technology is in place to be able to reach that consumer with that message. But I think ultimately, if we can get to a place where we're able to find that right audience, regardless of what channel that they're consuming that content in, and be able to message to them and be able to tailor that message to them, and have consumers that are open and receptive to that because they're getting a message that is more aligned with their interests, then all of a sudden we've really reached something interesting.
As a follow-up to that, we've noticed something interesting with our experiments with clients in mobile search, which is that even though we may be having a fairly strong influence on eventual purchase behavior, that for the majority of our clients, the transaction doesn't occur on the mobile device because people don't want to be inputting their credit card information in one hand and a smartphone in the other. Do you anticipate that some of the friction is going away on the mobile platforms because of the billing platforms make it easier to transact?
On the mobile device, I think we'll start seeing the devices change. And so as the devices become more user-friendly to input information, you get larger screens, you make it easier to make that transaction, I think you'll start seeing mobile commerce grow. But I don't know necessarily if search, whether it's online or mobile, always results in a transaction. And oftentimes we see a lot of consumers using search as a way to help inform that buying decision when they may or may not be ready to make that purchase right there and then. But if you're able to figure out what somebody is searching for and then be able to use that information to retarget them later with a follow-up message, you're driving them towards that purchase funnel. And so what we've been doing with a lot of our clients is leveraging search, whether it's online or mobile, to create intender segments. And with these intender segments, we identify them and then we re-message to them when they're on other properties, driving them to that purchase decision.
So we at Didit have always been a huge fan of retargeting. We take the high intent from the search side and then use display advertising to follow those individuals around. But when you talk about mobile and desktop, synchronizing cookies between those two devices is extremely challenging. So we have a lot of intent data that gets stuck on a mobile device and we can't marry it up easily to the desktop. Do you think there'll be ways of addressing that in the future?
No question, that's one of the key issues that exists in the place today. I think we'll work through that, and we'll work through that hopefully within the next year. And I think the ability to do multi-platform retargeting will hopefully come to the marketplace, and I think that's going to be really exciting because we're going to be able to go beyond just using retargeting in the online space and start using it in other channels as well.